back. Today I am doing TTC, or aka trying to conceive essentials. So I have been trying to conceive for a month now with no luck. But that's okay because it took 3 months to conceive my daughter. We tried with her in October of 2016. We conceived in December of 2016. So these are all of my essentials that I found from trying to conceive with her and just conceiving this time. So let's get into it. My very first would be my prenatals. I always take prenatals before I start trying, when I know that I'm going to start trying. And these ones are the gummy ones. These are by Vitafusion, and they're just the gummy prenatals. Has DHA, folic acid, and multivitamin, and they're natural flavors like raspberry lemonade flavors. I love these, especially like on days that I'm feeling not up to par. These are really good on my stomach. So on other days, these ones work the best. These are by Sundance, and they're just the prenatal women's essentials plus folic acid. There's 100 capsules in here, and these are just the pill kind. So on days that my stomach isn't turning, I use these, and it works amazing. It works perfect, and I definitely suggest buying the pill ones, and of course speaking to your doctor. But these prenatals have worked to conceive Victoria and hopefully this next baby. But I've been using both of these for a year and a half now, so I'm really excited because the gummies taste amazing, but these work so much better. But on days that you just like don't feel up to par is days that you need them. My next essential is ovulation sticks. These ones are by Pregmeat. They just look like this. These are just the test strips on Amazon. I got 100 of them for like 20 bucks, and they have worked amazing. I have used them for the past month, and they've calculated perfectly, like amazingly. And all of the reviews, I always look at the reviews on them, and the reviews say that they're like the best test strips that they've ever had and that they've ever used. And I would have to agree, like these have been amazing. I had the IUD, and so my cycles were 60 days apart. So I'm like, I don't know when I'm ovulating, like I don't know. And these have helped so immensely, like just figuring out when I'm ovulating, just knowing when I'm ovulating, and it definitely comes up positive or negative. I also have this app that I'm going to talk about in a little while, but you can put it in there and it looks like a positive, but you're not entirely sure. It can tell you whether it is positive or negative. My next essential is pregnancy test strips. Now, if you're like me and you just want to test every single day, of course, buying the expensive pregnancy tests are not ideal. So I just decided to go on Amazon and buy these Clinical Guard. These were actually recommended to me by Natalie Bennett here on YouTube, and I will link her and I will link her video. But these have been the most amazing essential. I looked at all of the reviews and they're so amazing. They just the cheap test strips, but of course if you want to get the expensive ones you can. But if you're like me and you want to just test every single day, just kind of make sure. And of course, when you don't know when your period is going to start or anything like that, like it can kind of be frustrating to like be pregnant and not really know that you're pregnant. I did not find out till I was 5 weeks along with Victoria, and I just got off birth control with her. So my body was kind of going up and down, and I didn't know when I was going to start my next period. So I waited like a week after my period was supposed to start, because I used this one app that I will tell you about in just a minute, and it told me this is probably when your period is going to start. But I waited a week, and I was like, you know, whatever. So that's kind of what happened there. My next essential, I use 3 pregnancy period apps, and you can calculate your ovulation on them. So the first one that I use is Flow. I have used this one for years. I have probably used it for about 3 to 4 years now. And I love this app. It tells you exactly when you are supposed to start, and if you type in some symptoms that you're having, it can calculate that into whether your period will start sooner or later or whatever. And you can calculate into your ovulation and your pregnancy test, and you can put a positive pregnancy test or an ovulation test in there, and it works amazing. That has been my lifesaver. Now, the other 2 apps that I'm going to tell you about, one of them is Clue, and I have heard about this one over and over and over again by different YouTubers on here. One is Shannon Rose, and I will link her as well, but I've been using this app for just a little while, and this app can tell you whether you are ovulating this day, or this day, and it can also tell you like how long your cycle will be. You can put in that information as well, and also on this one you can put in your symptoms, and it will tell you exactly what you are feeling that week or what you are about to experience that week. So it's kind of amazing. And also you can, I'm not sponsored at all, but you can get a version of the app where it can tell you your forecasts, and it's just an incredible app. The next app I just found, and this app is called Glow, and I love this app mainly for the purpose of telling you whether your ovulation test is positive or negative. And if you do not know, and if you're just stumbling across this video, on an ovulation test there will be 2 lines that will always pop up. Now the first line is the test line, the second one is the control line. So your test line is always going to show up dark, and your control line is going to be whether you are ovulating or not ovulating. Now that one's always going to be there no matter what, and so if it's darker than the test line or as dark as the test line, then it is positive. And sometimes it can be really hard to differentiate. I've sat there for probably 10 minutes just trying to figure out whether a test is positive or negative. I'm like, that looks like it's so much. And so I just barely found this app, and it definitely tells you whether it's positive or negative, and it's amazing, and I definitely suggest this if you're using test strips. That is really all of my essentials for TTCing. Of course, I am not going all out for it unless I have to. I have heard about Pink Stork, and they have amazing things for fertility and stuff like that, but as of right now, we do not need that stuff, so these are just my essentials as of right now. Of course, if it takes us a little bit longer, then of course we're gonna look into some fertility, whatever we need to, and figure that out. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please subscribe and go follow me on social medias, and go subscribe to my vlogging channel. I have a vlogging channel here on YouTube, and it's called Mess of a Nest, and I am just posting all of my vlogs there. I post Monday and Fridays, and on this channel I'm posting Wednesdays. Happy conceiving. Bye.